What is up, Gaming Nation? This is Mo 76, and we are back with College Football 26, the Mo State Dynasty. And look at this, the top 25 rankings. We actually have some votes. We didn't get ranked, but we had 51 votes by the coaches. Pretty impressive. As a result, Coach Mo, offensive coordinator, he is offered a 5-year contract extension, which is definitely going to take. Still very early in the career, but this was a good season. We got a lot of nice pieces in terms of this team. As such, we are taking on Liberty for Conference USA. This is going to be a tough game. We beat Liberty earlier in the year, but they are a stacked team, incredibly strong actually. In terms of injuries, both teams pretty good for the most part. No key weapons are out. So with that, here comes Liberty, and as Conference USA exists, they had the best record, so they are hosting the championship game. Next year, we're going to change that up. We're going to actually have a neutral site venue. I like it a little bit better, so ultimately, that's what we're going to do with some alignment. And speaking of likes, if you are enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. Really would appreciate it. Helps the channel grow on that initial push to get to 100. Thanks, everyone. So with that, game here underway. Again, it's going to be a tough one for us. Clark gets the start. Beautiful pass there to Joyner to start things off. And look at that, 25-yard scamper. I'd have to say Joyner is really surprising in terms of his rushing abilities, but also the pass game has been fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, nice job by Jamari Robinson. Nice 40-yard play there, bringing it down. Liberty fans cannot believe it. Shamari Lawrence up the middle. Oh my goodness, look at that. 20-yard scamper. Don't call his number too much, but the senior, he delivered on that play. And with that, handoff to Joyner into the end zone, touchdown. That is how it's done. What an opening drive to the game. Very well done there by Mo State. They're coming on tough. That first game versus Liberty, really still shocked that we actually won it. The defense was stellar in that game for both teams. Gonna see what it looks like here today, but that was a really nice possession. So with that, now into the second, again, another nice pass there. Jamari Robinson brings it down, pickup of 10, and back to Joyner. Joyner up the middle. He's steamrolling all the way through. Can he get to the end zone? Almost. Brought down at about the 2. Joyner starting off here. Some nice plays in this game. He is going to deliver. If we can punch this one in here and go up 14, that would be huge. Clark hands off to Joyner. Joyner into the end zone. Touchdown. And just like that, 14-0. Fans cannot believe it. Liberty cannot believe it. Joyner, he's excited. This could be huge. Winning this game, first season here in Conference USA in the championship game. Imagine if we could win it. That would be absolutely fantastic. Still early in the game, but right now looking really good. And Joyner, he's had a monster season this year. Again, in the backfield, out of the backfield with the receptions, he brings it all. So with that here late in the second, beautiful strike there. Look at that. The tight end, guy's an absolute beast. Askren brings it in. He's been delivering all season. Definitely the best weapon in terms of our offensive punch for tight ends and receivers. So 14-3 down the middle of the field, and as Clark has been doing a lot lately, a bad interception. Really, receivers should have come back on that route at all. It wasn't a great pass, though. Shouldn't have been thrown. That could cost us. So it's 14-3 here late in the second. I'm not sure if Liberty can do anything with this, but hopefully we can. Hopefully the defense can do something about that. Really, though, just not a good pass. Poorly delivered. Receiver did not fight down. But that said, 14-6 here in the second. Clark at it again and again. Clark intercepted on the sidelines. Oh man, this guy has been snake bit the last half of the season. Started off so well, but he's throwing so many interceptions up this point. The kid brings so much talent in terms of certain situations, but he just makes some really bad decisions, makes some really bad reads, and that was a nice interception by Jones. Not saying that it wasn't, but again, that's a pass that really shouldn't have been thrown. Receiver didn't help him out at all on the play. So with that, going into the half, 14-13, Bears over the Flames. Hopefully, Mo State can get back on track in that second half. They started off on fire. 2 straight possessions, 2 straight touchdowns. They were looking fantastic. Right now, they're really in the defensive mode. Clark needs to make some good decisions, and Clark definitely does not have a long leash, so we could potentially see Furbacher if need be. Now with that, just nothing delivered there. And you can see we're now down 27-14 here late in the game. Gonna make the switch. Offense is dead. Yeah, that's it. We got to do it. We got to bring in Furbacher. Gonna put Clark on the bench to see what Furbacher could do. Down 27-14. Still time left though. And that's gonna help Joyner right up the middle. Pickup of about 9. With that 3rd and 1 for Bacher. Beautiful reception there. Jamari Robinson brings it in on the ball, on the move, and nice reception. Blackstrain, another first down. Pretty good drive here thus far for Bacher. Outside no, that's Shamari Lawrence, but Lawrence, can he get it? Yeah, down to about the 20, maybe the 19. Big play there. And again, moving here to 1st and goal. Joyner into the end zone. Touchdown. Another TD on the season for Joyner. That's how it's done. Furbacher looked really good on that drive. 27-20. Can the defense hold? Can they get the ball back for this offense to have one more shot at the game? Yes, they can. What can Furbacher do? That's going to be a great start. Again, Joyner out of the backfield. Nice reception there on the move. Furbacher right now 8 for 9. He's looking good. Tucks it down the field and not looking good there. Looking for Jamari Robinson, $139. That would have been one hell of a story to tell. Furbacher leading the team down the field for the win and Conference USA. Not meant to be though. Throws an ugly interception. That's the 3rd interception today for Missouri State quarterbacks. And with that, Liberty, they are going to take home Conference USA championship. But honestly, you can't complain that much. I mean, this team, we thought 5-7 was realistic on the season. Went 9-3. In the Conference USA Championship game in the first season, defied all expectations, and honestly almost pulled this game out. Had things been a little bit different, Clark not making some bad plays earlier on there, could have probably won this game. Liberty played well, they deserved it. But man, this is exciting in terms of the future of this team. And Clark ultimately phasing his way out. Furbacher is going to be the future as Clark is the senior. But that was a really interesting game. With that, though, we are bowl eligible. Again, look at that. Another recruit as well. There we go. Heisman, Cade Klubnik. There he goes for Clemson. Pretty obvious call on that one. Had a great season. With that, we are invited to the Cure Bowl to take on Western Michigan. So with that, here we are in Florida, taking on Western Michigan. And look at those lovely brown unis. Gotta love that. Here they come. Packed stadium there in Tampa. Ultimately, let's see here what can happen today. Anything goes. Mo State. The decision was made to start Clark. Was really thinking about Furbacher, but you know what? It's the senior. It's his last sort of kick at the can. It's his last game. He's played well enough this season to give us a lot of wins. And you know what? I just thought it was the right thing to do to give him the start. So he gets the start versus Western Michigan. It's his last game as a member of Mo State. So with that, here we go. Early in the first quarter, that's how it's done. Jamari Robinson after burners on down to the 30. Nice play. That's how you want to start the game. Looking good. And again, Jamari Robinson, one of the gifts he has, he's really got some nice speed when it comes right down to it. So with that, to Askren, and Askren pounding his way through. Nice little pickup there. Look at that in terms of the season. 2,400 yards, 24 TDs for Clark. So he has had some good moments there. Speaking of good moments, Joyner across the middle brings it into the end zone for the touchdown. The dance vest is on. This kid loves to score. This kid loves to dance. He really is the future of this team, and it's really exciting to see this freshman season that he's had, and ultimately he's just going to get better next year. So really excited about that. That was a beautiful route. That was an absolutely beautiful pass by Clark. Great route by Joyner. So with that, 7-7 here, late in the first. Another nice reception there, hitting Ronell Johnson. Johnson was quiet last week. That was a big factor in that loss. And right across the middle again, Ronell Johnson. He's making his presence felt today. The kid, he runs an amazing route. And boom, right down the middle there we go. Jamari Robinson calling his number multiple times today. It's another nice reception. Missouri State really looking good here on the move. Can they punch in another one here? Get some points here before this first quarter ends, and with that, yes, they can. It's up, it's good. There is the field goal. That makes it 10-7 Mo State. Big play there. We've had a lot of struggles with the kicking game, so that's a nice one to see here in the Cure Bowl to actually get a field goal. But jumping here late into the second, down 21-10. This could change things, though. Again, Joyner out of the backfield. This guy has so many receptions for the big gains. It's great to see. 3rd and 7. Clark to the end zone, touchdown. Oh my goodness. Right across the middle there. That was a tough pass. Askren went up, brought it down into the end zone, and he's going off, doing the worm. He's had a great season. That tight end position, it is a solid position for this team when we have Jerron Askren on the field. He really is the star of this team in terms of that freshman core. He's the leader. And then with Joyner and King Davis, it is an impressive group. Oh, another impressive play. Clark really on fire today. He's actually delivering the ball quite well. And with that, it's going to be 1st and 10. Clark to the 5. Blackstream goes up with it, brings it down. Beautiful play. Again, offense is looking good to the end zone. Jamari Clark, that is how it is done. Wow. And just like that, going into the half, it's going to be 24-21. This game is going back and forth. Western Michigan providing a lot more of an offensive punch than we had originally thought. But again, they're looking good right now. So late in the third, Clark down the field, hits his target. Ronell Johnson all the way down to about the 20. That's how it's done. Clark, this is by far his best game of the season. Again, we're down 28-24 right now. What can Clark do here? Nice strike down to the 5. Blackstream brings it in. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Clark to the end zone. Touchdown. Hits Ronell Johnson. Johnson brings it in. That is another TD strike. Another TD strike for Clark. Definitely his best game of the season. And really, he's going out on a high if this is his last game for his college career, which ultimately it is, really ending there with a strong note. So with that, it's 31-28. Clark scans the field here on 1st down. Late in the 4th, Asgren brings that in, breaks away from the defender. That is how it is done. Clark again going in the air and strike right down the middle. Ronell Johnson brings it in. Another massive gain on the play. The offensive juggernaut today just continues. So with that, it's now 2nd and 3 in the I formation, and we've seen this one all year. King Davis goes off to the end zone, 20-plus yard scamper into the end zone there. King Davis is actually the rushing leader on this team right now, if you can believe it. Four string running back to start the season, but ultimately Coach J-Mo moved him up to 2nd in command and really anchoring that I formation that this team loves to run. King Davis, some rumors this could be his last game with the team. He's really looking into the transfer portal, which would be a huge shame because the guy is an absolute stud. So hopefully we can hold on to him. There he goes again. Another pickup of about 13 yards. Looking really good out there. Back to Davis, all the way down to the 2. Another 12-yard scamper. Give it to him again. You've got to the end zone. Touchdown. There is a flag on the play. Ultimately, that is going to be offside on the defense. It's going to be declined. That is a touchdown for King Davis. This is all coming together today. With that, it is 44, soon to be 45-28 in the Cure Bowl. And with that, a huge victory for Mo State. That is their first ever bowl victory in their first ever season in FBS. And Western Michigan, they played well, but my goodness, what a season this has been for Mo State. And today, Clark absolutely went off in his final college game. He just looked outstanding out there. Everything he basically touched, it was just gold. In Western Michigan, again, they played well, but that's amazing. Single season record also broken for Clark. The guy, he brought it 28 TD passes this season. That is a new record for Mo State. What a way to end the career. And with that, we actually get a head coach offer after our first season from Troy. As tempting as it is, we are second on the list, but no, we're not going to pursue that. Still very new into this tenure, really liking this team. But look at this in terms of the national. Look at that. Josh Joyner and Jerron Askren, two key freshmen All-Americans. They are the basis for this team moving forward. This is really exciting to see jumping ahead. We had no one else who was a national all-star. But in terms of Conference USA, look at that for freshmen. We've got Joyner, we've got King Davis, we've got Jerron Askren, our three major offensive punches. Surprising one was actually Braden Thompson in terms of the tackle position there, right tackle. But the freshman delivered well there, and a lot of key players on defense as well. Just in terms of freshmen, there's a lot of nice brand new talent on this team, and if we can keep these pieces here on the team, we're going to have something really special moving forward. In terms of first team, you have to have Jerron Askren on that first team. Absolutely. The guy is by far the best tight end right now in Conference USA. It's not even close, right? He's just had such a fantastic season in every way. Just absolutely dominated in his position. And why wouldn't he? Like, the guy's an absolute beast. Second team, Josh Joyner there. He's the halfback. I'm not super surprised, but I could have easily seen that also have gone to King as well. But with that, Cure Bowl wrapped it up. First bowl in our first season. Super exciting. Again, we've already had a head coach offer from Troy. We win the Cure Bowl. There's definitely an interest in Coach Mo. In terms of the season, though, you look at Clark, though, pretty decent season. A lot of nice TDs, but man, that was a lot of interceptions this season. That last game really helped pad the stats. King Davis led this team, 847 yards. Josh Joyner, 749 yards. Of course, Joyner just had a ton of receptions as well, though. But the run game is so solid on this team, and it's only going to get better next year. Shamari Lawrence really wasn't used at all this season. Ronell Johnson, huge numbers that he put up. But Jerron Askren, 69 receptions. Ultimately, he led this team in terms of the pass game piece or the receptions. He was an absolute beast out there. And again, there's so much to build around with him. And look at this. We get another head coach offer, if you can believe it. This time, UTSA is calling. That is a tempting one. I'm not going to lie. That's a really tempting offer. Would be very interested to take on UTSA, but I got to see how this is going to play out. So with that, we're going to stay where we are. Look at that. Boise State beat Oregon, Baylor over Illinois, Texas over Oklahoma, Iowa State over Indiana. College football playoff heating up. That next round is going to be a good one. We're going to see that in the last video here of the season for the next video that comes out after this one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in a couple days. Have a good one. Bye-bye.